Geraint Jones, playing in his 100th consecutive LV County Championship match, produced a very timely 80 to keep the second division's third place side Kent in touch with leaders Derbyshire on the opening day of their game in Canterbury. Having won the toss and batted, Kent lost their captain Rob Key in the 11th over as Tom Poynton took a stunning leg side catch off Mark Turner. On a bright and sunny day in the Garden of England, Kent, who started the day just 4 points behind Yorkshire in the second of the promotion places and 23 behind the long-time leaders Derbyshire, struggled for any flow against the usual well-disciplined visiting attack. These boundaries from Sam North East were something of a rarity. Indeed, only 34 runs were on the board in the first 16 overs, and Kent were 2 down when Tim Groenewald had Alex Blake LBW for a single. Derbyshire knew that a win here would just about guarantee their first ever promotion in the two-tier system. And so, when North East drilled a wide ball from Ross Whiteley to Groenewald to depart for 37, they were well placed. Brendan Nash then fell shortly after lunch as Groenewald struck again with another leg before decision. And when Darren Stevens nicked Tony Palladino behind, the visitors were cock-a-hoop, having reduced Kent to 93 for 5. But this is when the fight back started through Mike Powell and Jones. Bonus points could still play a vital role in who will go up in the promotion race, and it's been a thriller for much of the second half of the season. After a poor start to this year, Jones has been a very consistent performer, and he knew that now was the time for him to shine, and shine he did, starting with a partnership of 46 with Powell. The former Glamorgan player was out for 37, the same score as North East, and with an almost identical dismissal. So Jones was now the key for Kent. He could have been out caught before he'd scored and was almost run out on 11, but he put that behind him as he held his side's innings together with a very important knock. His 6th 50 of the summer duly arrived off his 82nd delivery. He'd struck 7 fours in that, and in doing so had prevented Derbyshire from planting one sizable foot into the first division. Jones put on 57 with Matt Coles, who was the 7th man out with a total on 196, edging a bit of a swipe at Wes Durston to Usman Khawaja after making 24. But Kent weren't ready to roll over just yet. Mark Davis pulled Groenewald for a 6 as he added a further 36 runs for the 8th wicket with Jones. Davis made 25 of those, the last 2 of those runs coming with this neat shot through mid-off. However, he then decided to come back for a 3rd run, and in doing so was beaten by Wayne Madson's throw from the deep, and that now left Kent on 232 for 8, still 18 runs away from earning what could yet be an important second batting bonus point. Jones ensured that they got there at least. This is a game that Kent almost certainly need to win, depending on the outcome of the Yorkshire and Hampshire matches, and they're both at home against teams with nothing left to play for. So every run from now from Jones was crucial for his team. Jones had carried the total to 251 and his own tally to 80 when he was taken at first slip by the dependable slipper Durston. And then 10 runs later, Palladino trapped Adam Riley in front. Derbyshire will have been pleased with their efforts in dismissing their hosts for 261. They then had to open the batting with Khawaja as Paul Borrington was suffering with a broken nose sustained in the field, but the Australian was out second ball, leg before to Davis. So there was an awkward 9 further overs for Derbyshire to see out. Promotions can be lost in such mini sessions, but Madsen and Durston did well in keeping their wickets intact. It all means that they go into the second day on 32 for 1 to trail by 229 runs. They'll want to get well ahead on the second day to give themselves a real chance of earning something that few gave them much chance of doing at the start of this season.